Oh hey, it's Emily, and today is a really exciting video. It's Magical Readathon time, and this is one of my favorite readathons. I will leave information down below. This was of course created by G from Book Roast, who put so much effort and thought and creativity into this, and so I feel like her content is going to be the best to describe what's going on, describe the ways to participate, and she's left up so many creative ideas to add things on if you want to increase the complexity and have a little bit more fun with it, or there are a lot of simple ways to participate too. So essentially what it comes down to is you're attending a magic school and you're preparing yourself for your magical career, and so there are a lot of career options and different classes and study paths that come along with that. And so the career path that I've chosen is actually one of the new ones that she added for this round, and that is the Wild Form Druid. And this is the magical career that focuses on animal and environmental protection, which is what I do in my 9-to-5 and is what I'm extremely passionate about along with books. And so I figured it was the perfect one to go for. And so that comes with actually quite a few prompts, and a lot of them or at least my plan is to not decide now, but kind of decide in the moment, because a lot of them, the choice is a flip of the coin or something where the choice is taken out of your hands. And so it's going to come in the moment. So what I think I'm going to do is vlog my experience for Magical Readathon and kind of show those different decision points for, deciding what I'm actually going to read next. So it'll make more sense once I go through the prompts, so I'll just go right into those. The first class and first study area is animal studies, and the prompt is to flip a coin, and if it's heads then you read a nonfiction, if it's tails you read a fiction. So if it is heads and it's a nonfiction, I'm going to read Braiding Sweetgrass. This is actually the selection that I made for the meetup group, the Environmental Book Club meetup group that I started. And so whether it comes up in a prompt or not, I need to read this in the month of April. And so that is one thing I will be reading. So I wanted to mention it here. And then of course, if it's fiction, I've got plenty of those to choose from. So the next one is Art of Illusion, and that is the prompt is to match the book that you read to the clothes that you're wearing. And so this again will come in the moment. So I think I'm going to do these in order in my vlogs. And so whenever I'm done with that first book, whatever I happen to be wearing when I need to make a decision about what book I'm reading next, I will match it to whatever I happen to be wearing. The next one is Astronomy. And the prompt for that one is to read a book with 2 letter E's in the title. And because E is one of the most commonly used letters, I have plenty of books on my shelf that have 2 E's somewhere in the title. So that won't be a problem. It'll just be a question of which one I'm in the mood for at the moment. The fourth one is Conjuration, and this one will be a book recommended by a friend. So this one I'll need to think about how I want to do that and figure something out in the moment for that as well. The next one is Elemental Studies, and that one is flowers on the cover. This one I have a particular book in mind, and that is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokshi. This obviously has flower in the title itself, and also has plenty of stunning and gorgeous art that includes flowers all over the cover. So that one more than covers that prompt. And the next one is the class Spells and Incantations, and the prompt there is to read a book that is between 389 and 415 pages. So again, this will be kind of an in-the-moment thing based on what I have on my TBR at that particular moment, just looking at the pages, the length of the book, and finding something in between there. Restoration is the next one, and the prompt there is to shuffle and pick at random. So again, this isn't something I can do right now. So I will either have Matt shuffle them for me, and then I just pick one of the 2 things that's behind his back, or another option I have that I think captures the spirit of this is to use my TBR game. I have a TBR game that has 5 different colored squares on a board. And so I can roll the dice, and whichever square I happen to land on, I can associate each color with a particular book and roll the dice, and whatever square I land on, whatever color I land on, that'll be the book that I pick. So that's another way to kind of randomize it. Maybe it's not literally shuffling them behind someone's back, but I think that captures the spirit of what is meant there, right? Is to kind of have some random way to pick them. So that one again will be an in the moment kind of thing. The final one is shape shifting, and that is to read a book with a wolf on the cover or in the title or in the author's name. And so for that one, I'm going to pick Fool's Errand by Robin Hobb. And you might be thinking, Emily, this does not have a wolf on the cover. However, my edition does not, but there are editions of this book that do have a wolf on the cover. I will put an image here. It doesn't happen to be the copy that I have, but that's going to be the closest I can get. I don't have another book on my physical TBR that has a wolf on it, and I want to focus on my physical TBR at the moment. And so this is going to be the closest I can get, and there's literally a wolf companion in this series. This is the first book in the third series of this larger world that Robin Hobb has created with this book. And so I know there's an animal companion because that animal companion is present in the very first series, and that's why there's a wolf on some of the covers for this book, just not the one I have. So that counts. Like, no one's going to be able to convince me that that isn't at least close enough. So those are the 8 prompts that I will be following along with, and a couple of the ones that I know are going to be the best ones that I have to fit those prompts. And of course, one that I need to read by the end of the month for a book club meetup. So I know that's not too many books that I'm actually talking about in this video, and I didn't even mention what a lot of these are about. I'll talk about them more in the vlogs that I'm going to do once I actually get a better feel for the books and what we're going to be dealing with any of the books that I happen to be reading throughout the month. So look out for the vlogs. I think that's going to be how I do this, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited to participate. This is always a fun one, and it's really cool to see just how creative this readathon is and how much fun people have with this one. So let me know if you're participating and what career you're going after, and any of the books that you might be reading for those prompts, or if you happen to have filmed a video where you're talking about your TBR, I would love to see it, so please link it down below. And I will also link my Instagram. I'll also be updating things there, and I will also link more information about how you can support the Black Lives Matter movement. Be sure to subscribe for more bookish content. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you in April for the Magical Readathon. Bye, everyone.